Hello, this is Lori. Welcome to my channel, Lunarena. I am so glad you're here. Today I am on to film or record a summer wrap-up, I think is kind of what I'm gonna call this. I didn't get a chance to do monthlies, and I think that sort of stopped in May. At the beginning of the year, I kind of had to go back and I did like a highlights of January, and I do believe I did an April highlights, and then starting May, I just totally fell off the wagon and I didn't get to do it. It was a really busy summer. It was great, but now it's September. Today actually is September 14th, 2024, as I film this, and I just don't think I'm going to get a chance to go back and recollect everything I got and at what time. So I thought, okay, well, what can I do to kind of just document and keep track of, how the season went and that sort of thing. And I thought, let me do a summer wrap up because I can definitely do that. And this is actually my second attempt at filming. Earlier in the day today, I went outside and I started out there, and then a lawnmower started, and then it was dogs barking, and then my neighbor's gonna work out in her garden, and she like pulled up the shed and it made this really loud noise. And when I went back to play it over, it was caught during the filming, and it was a bit distracting, at least to me. And so I'm like, maybe the universe is just telling me that I need to not do this out here. And so I came in and I filmed the things that we're going to talk about, and my kids are full blast video games inside, and I'm like, I think I'm just going to have to voice over. So the rest of the video or recording, I am going to voice over in it, and that'll be my first time doing a voiceover, so I hope that goes really well. And so this whole summer wrap up is just kind of evolved. So let's actually start and actually get to the content. So these are the decks that I'm gonna talk about. Myths and Mermaids. This is a bridge set that I got while traveling this summer. This is the little tarot deck that has been on my wish list. Probably not quite a year ago is when I saw this on one of my favorite channels. It's Krista Chronicles. Hi Krista, if you would ever be honor me with watching my stuff. But I think that's when I first saw this deck was on Krista's channel. The same with the I'm Here deck. So I purchased this one early in the summer, and the same with this one too. And then this one is a newer one for me, the Dragon Oracle cards. 2 books that I also got in my travels, Shell Collector's Handbook and the Harry Potter Afternoon Tea Magic. So I'm going to just go through them. A very eclectic little collection. This is going to be part 1 of this series, and we'll just go from there. Here we have Myths and Mermaids, Oracle of the Water by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, with Amber Logan and Kachina Micheletto as the creators of this Blue Angel deck. Here is a nice view of all the sides of the box. I have been wanting this deck little bit. I went ahead and bought it this summer, especially because I was feeling the summer vibes and the ocean vibes after traveling to a few ocean towns. Blue Angel is got its trademark larger box where the guidebook and the cards both fit in the box. Here's the guidebook, black and white inside, table of contents, nice introduction. How to use the deck. Few simple readings and spreads to try out. They have themes. There's a timeline theme, and then I think there's one called Waves, which I thought was, the Waves spread I thought was cute. There's a really pretty introduction to the card messages page spread. I think that's so pretty with the whale. That's one of the cards, I believe. And then it goes into a description and write-up of each card in the deck. So here are the cards with a glossy finish. Some of them are landscape. You'll notice here in a moment, which I don't mind. And I'm using my Rider Waite Radiant card to compare the size to a standard tarot deck. I don't mind the landscape cards thrown in there every now and again. I always need to just be mindful to turn it to the right orientation in a reading. I don't have too many decks like this. I think I have one actual landscape deck, which I love. But these are the ones where it's in both orientations. So, these are the cards, and we're going to do a reading. So we're going to do a shuffle here, and we're going to draw one card. A one card pull here. And we have Mermaid with a baby alligator. My buoyant baby, slight and new, rugged leather lined with dew, firm and fit, poised to attack, falling forward, snapping back. A bathing beauty keeps close watch over her baby, a thick-skinned, striped alligator hatchling. The young reptile's sharp teeth and rough exterior are in sharp contrast to his mistress's delicate loveliness. Life can be tough, and lately things have been taking their emotional toll. Yet in spite of everything, you are doing all right. You are not just a victim of your circumstances. You are a survivor. Like the alligator, you have the courage, strength, and hardiness to deal with any challenge and to handle life setbacks with renewed determination. You have been blessed with all the tools necessary to maintain a sense of well-being. Be it patience, faith, or even a sense of humor in the face of adversity, you have what it takes to remain resilient. Even though the tough times will not be going away anytime soon, focus on your resilience and you will come out stronger. So I purchased this bridge set while we were traveling. We were in this adorable shop in Concord, Massachusetts. And, I love tarot cards. I love oracle cards. But I even have just regular playing cards, and I thought the backs of these were just absolutely beautiful. And I'm kind of in the works of wanting to read a plain deck of cards in a divinatory way. And these just were kind of a sweet memory of the trip that we took this summer. And I caved in and got them as a nice memento of our trip. And they really are quite pretty. They're a smaller size. There's a comparison with our trusty Radiant Rider-Waite card there. It's a smaller deck, so when I was shuffling it, I kind of felt a little silly because they're so darn small. But I think I did okay with it. I don't know how to play bridge. It's something that I wouldn't mind trying to learn, but who knows? Here is my little tarot deck, a fully illustrated 78 card deck by Sophie Shrugs. I discovered this deck from Krista Chronicles channel, as I had mentioned in my lengthy intro, and I instantly fell in love with it. I was a young girl, which is kind of dating me a little bit, when My Little Pony was first popular. So I love My Little Ponies. It brings back lots of good memories. I wish I had my original ponies. I still think of them to this day. But I love the new My Little Ponies. When my oldest son was a little guy, and he'll be so embarrassed that I'm sharing this with the world, but as a little guy, he loved the My Little Ponies, and so we would watch them, and they were adorable. So I know about Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie and all the cast of wonderful ponies in the new series. It's on Netflix, and so I immediately vibed with this deck, and I wanted it so bad. It was a Kickstarter, and I went on Sophie's Kickstarter, and it's not always easy to get decks once they've run their Kickstarter campaign. And I had just said, well, if it's meant for me to have, it'll come. I just need to be patient. And so I had it on my wish list on eBay, and I'm always on the lookout when I'm just online. And so I follow Sophie Shrugs on Instagram, and she just happened to have a few decks on her page not long ago. And they were like a seconds edition, so I think they had some damage a little bit, on the box, but nothing really to the cards. And I jumped on that like a spider, let me tell you. And I am so happy that I have been able to now have a copy. So for anyone who has a deck on their wish list that's hard to find, they have unicorn decks, my advice is just be patient, keep positive vibes, and I totally mean this because this has happened to me a few times now. And just being patient and keeping a lookout. If it's really, something that you just have on your wish list, you'll find it. You will find it as long as you're patient. And that happened to me with My Little Tarot. And I love it. I don't think it has a guidebook, not that I'm aware. Don't quote me on that. I don't have one in the box. So I kind of just go by the Rider-Waite Smith readings to read the cards. But I mean, mostly this deck is probably just going to be a deck for myself. I don't know if I would ever use it for anyone else in a reading, but I just absolutely loved it. Here's this side, has a light gold gilding with like a almost matte type finish. I don't know if I kind of damaged them a little when I was shuffling. Sometimes I can be kind of rough with the riffle shuffle. But I mean, I've got to use my cards, you know, so they are probably going to get a little wear and tear. And we're going to go ahead and do a single card pull for this as well. And we are going to get the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, it's a little hoof. Here is I'm Here, a 50-card deck and guidebook by Murphy Pines. This deck is another one that I waited patiently for. Again, I had seen this one on Krista Chronicles channel. I think a lot of my decks that I fell in love with were on Krista's channel. We have a lot of similar affinities for decks. Krista and I feel like I have a lot of things that I like on her channel that I immediately fall in love with. But I really loved this one. I loved the colors. I loved the art style. It has a word, a keyword on the bottom, as you can see, and then underneath the keyword is a written message. I can't wait to see which of my decks in my collection will pair very nicely with this one, and I think I have a few that'll probably be really great working together, and I just haven't had the opportunity to really work with it. I found it on eBay. It was a really nice gal who had a reputable shop, and she was selling this one. I got it rather quickly. She was just so nice. She sent me the deck, and then it came with like this little adorable little gift that had like a piece of Palo Santo in it and a little stone, and then it had the pin, like a little I'm Here pin, which I think might have come with the Kickstarter. And I thought that was really sweet of her to do that. Here is the guidebook. It's a nice little guidebook. It's in black and white. And I think we'll go ahead and do a single read pull for this deck as well. So we'll go ahead and do a single card pull. And we have Gather. Feeling scattered, take inventory of your thoughts and feelings. See them all in one place. Notice any patterns or connections. The guidebook is lovely because it goes into a write-up of the card, and then on the second half of that write-up, there's a journaling and action prompt, which I absolutely love, because when I have these journal prompts, I can really dive deep, and the prompts really kind of guide me to really getting a strong connection with that message that the card is trying to tell me. And I can read a little bit of some of the journal prompts, or maybe one of them. Take those scattered thoughts and make some lists. If you have flashcards or if you make strips of paper, it is also fun to turn those lists into tangible piles that you hold and sort, organize with your hands. Journaling and free writing can be really helpful in collecting your thoughts. When you start writing in a stream of consciousness without editing or judgment, you can externalize everything, and similar to letting the rusty water run clear in a water faucet, the truth of your feelings can come out after the excess thoughts. Love that. So here is the Dragon Oracle card deck by Diana Cooper with artwork by Carla Lee Morrow. So this again was a summer purchase at Barnes & Noble, my local store here in town, and I had seen this deck on TarotTube. I can't remember the channel. I think it might have been Waves of Your Soul. Hi, Waves of Your Soul. Another really beautiful channel. I love her. But this is not the one that she had. And I thought it was. Don't get me wrong, I still love this deck. Here are the cards, here are the card backs. But it's different because the deck I want, I believe it has more of an illustration on it. I have been working with this one and I do like it. But if I get the other one, which I think I kind of vibed with a little bit more, I might rehome this one. Here is a nice reference to the size of the cards in relation to a tarot size card. It's really colorful, really beautiful, has some really great artwork. So we'll do a single card pull, and we have here Fire Dragon. Burn up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. And here is the write-up in the guidebook on Fire Dragon. He is a fourth dimension fire dragon. Radiates a bright orange fury light. They are powerful beings who give us power, thrust, and determination when we work with them. They are the master clearance experts and will direct their blazing flames at anything we ask them to, transmuting lower vibrations that no longer serve us. They will fly in front of us when we travel, often burning up challenges before we reach them. They are also extremely protective of their companions and those who work with them. They will light up our friends and roar at those who undermine us. If you have received this card, it is time to invite the fire dragons to burn up any circumstances in your life that are not serving you. Call on them to delve deep into your childhood or past lives to release you from your past so that your future can shine. They have the ability and power to travel along the timeline of your soul journey, clearing, healing, and transmuting as they do so. Here is the first book we got during our travels, The Shell Collector's Handbook, The Essential Field Guide for Exploring the World of Shells by Kenneth R. Y. I found this book at Cracker Barrel, of all places. I love that store. They have so many good things in those little shops there. It's just amazing. You can find such cute gifts and things to take home, and you go to eat a meal at the same time. We just love the Cracker Barrels. So this book was great. We collected a few seashells this summer, and this is going to be a great reference for us. It has all kinds of great information, great pictures on so many different types of shells. It talks about how to clean them, how to display them, different names, common and scientific, the animals that lived in them. I mean, that's just a basic little description of some really great stuff that is in here. I'm so glad we got this to add to our library. So here is our seashell. You can see it there. But we also found these little rocks on the beach. They're in the shape of hearts. Harry Potter Afternoon Tea Magic. Official snacks, sips, and sweets inspired by the Wizarding World. Veronica Hinke and Jody Revinson. Found this book during our travels. If you're a big Harry Potter fan, if you love tea, if you love to cook, that would probably be a few things that would interest you in something like this. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I love tea. I love to bake. I like to cook. I wish I had more time to make gourmet things, but I liked this one. It has 4 categories here, and I did divide it to show the different, the way the book is organized. It has sweet finger treats and sugary nibbles, And then chapter 2 is savory tea time finger foods. And then we have chapter 3's tea time candy, snacks, and take home gifts. And chapter 4 is tea time tipples, hot drinks, and magical mixes. Not only are there some really great pictures in here and references to the Harry Potter movies, including the Magical Creatures series, which I thought was really great. It's just I'm really happy that we got this book. All right, so we're coming to the end of part 1 of my summer wrap-up. Yay, we made it! It was quite long, but thank you so much for stopping by. And until next time, take care, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye!